What I wanted to do was to see the difference between Repetier firmware and Marlin firmware. In specific, how they differ from one another when it comes to vibration on your 3D printer. When it comes to motion in a 3D printer, there are three primary configuration options: speed or feed, acceleration, and jerk. It's also important to note that for firmware, there are separate speed and acceleration settings for print and non-print moves. You usually want print moves at a much slower speed than your printer is capable of moving while it's traveling from one location to another. Within each firmware are algorithms that dictate how these three configurations are applied in relation to one another. The test G-code here will send the printer to a home position, then move to a starting position and pause. When it's unpaused, a star pattern is completed at a lower speed and feed rate, then completed again at a faster speed and feed rate, generating start and end timestamps in the log. Knowing the total distance traveled and the time it took to complete the pattern, you can calculate the effective feed rate and compare it to the vibration. I use Repetier host as it will make use of the pause feature in my G-code. In the link below is the test G-code that I used. If you download and try it, please adjust the speed and feed, acceleration, and jerk values in your firmware and in the G-code to lower values and work your way up. Now on to the test. After you load the G-code, what you'll see is I have the pause function in there after it homes itself. Then I set up the feed rate and the acceleration. There's a max and the default. It's important to distinguish between the two. On the second star pattern, I increase the acceleration and feed rate. Let's go ahead and run the job. Clear the log and take a look. Once we unpause it, you'll notice that there is a timestamp down here. There's a timestamp at the beginning and at the end of each star pattern. In the end, if you'll note that Repetier did finish it a lot faster with about 303 millimeters per second and had a 0.5 G vibration, and Marlin finished a little bit slower at 213 millimeters per second but only had a 0.28 G vibration. In the end, which one's better? It doesn't really matter. I could reduce the acceleration and jerk in Repetier and it would match the end time of Marlin and the vibration would be less. So it's really a matter of personal preference. Mostly what you want to do is you want to find what is the best suit for your printer, the kinematics of your actual printer, so you can avoid structural failure and still give you the optimal moves that you want out of your printer.